Ndị be anyị kene m unu, asịkwa m nke echiri ya zelu o. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Depends your time and your location. You are joining us from Eastern News 24. Asịnka Chukwu abịa megozie na anyị. Ise. Ngwanụ ya bụ oge adịlọ ka agbapụ na ya ọsọ na ya wee n'ụbọchị nke taa. Ya bụ audio clip ị na-eji ige ugbu a is one of our own. Pastor Emeka Livingston. Gee ntị ka ị n'ife o kwuru. I love this man so much. No matter all, no matter everything, I love Pastor Emeka Livingston. Just listen to what he says and his advice to Biafrans. And the next step to liberate the sovereign state of Biafra. Get into a form. Make sure you didn't skip any of this clip. In a junior boy. Get into Kinifo Emeka Livingston Nebu. And after that, don't forget to leave us with your own comment on the comment section below. Because our channel gives you a platform of an option to decide to say your opinion. I post. So you get sent your form, then leave us with your own comment on the comment section below. All right, over to you, Pastor Emeka Livingston.
On the movement to feed him and pay his house rent. He spends his money because he knows it's the sacrifice he makes towards his freedom. You cannot be enjoying your freedom while you are still looking for it. I was in an occasion yesterday and I was discussing with some Igbo people. And I was asking them, if you are supporting DOS or you are one Nigeria, how could your principal be out of circulation for 24 hours and you don't know his whereabouts, yet you are his HOD, DOS. 24 hours, 48 hours, 36 hours, 72 hours, 84 hours, 96 hours, 120 hours. You had no idea where Onyendu was. And you kept quiet. You did not raise the alarm. And you said, you are working with Onyendu as a member of DOS. God will punish you. I said that God will punish you for betrayal. Anybody that betrayed Judas, he hung himself. None of you will go free. We are not going to kill you, but we know that God will punish you people. You will die of diseases, incurable diseases. No man of God on earth can pray you out of it until you come out and make your confession with your mouth. And then they began to change the attention towards Simon Ekpa, who has come up with Onyendu's heartbeat. I understand. A few days before Onyendu was kidnapped, he had planned to declare Simon Ekpa next in command, his deputy, because they had asked Onyendu to appoint a deputy. He had members who were in DOS. Those were not his deputy. Those were his lieutenants. And you have heard Onyendu say several times that I don't have up to about 15 people that I can count on in this Biafran struggle. He had about 500 men surrounding him. He said, I can't find up to 15. Onyendu once said that what I have around me are women. There are no men around me. It was clear. He was saying it. And then there was this disciple of his all the way in Finland, whose heart is committed and tied to Onyendu's heart. And when they saw that Onyendu wanted to appoint him as his deputy, one of them complained to his girlfriend that their anger against Simon Ekpa was this: how would they have suffered? And today Onyendu is coming to appoint him and give him such a luscious position. Does it mean they have wasted their time? So his reason why he was in the struggle was about what he will gain personally, not the sacrifice he will make for the Biafran liberation. Now, this Simon Ekpa has been doing a good job. Do you think that Americans are not aware Simon Ekpa is talking? Do you think that the Americans are not aware where I'm staying with my family? Do you think that And the American people don't know me. They know me very well. They know me very, very well. Emeka Livingston is in the American system. They know me very well from the court of law. And so, if I were a terrorist, they will arrest me. They know where I'm living. It's a very simple thing. And America will not tolerate terrorism, just like Emeka Livingston will never tolerate terrorism. What they are even waiting for is for us to show ourselves capable of fighting our battle. Then they will come in to support us and defend us against this marauding Fulani headsmen and wicked government that has employed Boko Haram to kill us, and useless politicians that have sold themselves out, and those gullible, aimless obedience. No, Onyendu could not have kept his intention secret, and even if he did, Biafra FEK, let me tell you, Onyendu's phone was tapped. A very high-powered individual in IPOB sworn oath members called me personally on phone and gave me the whole information. When you talk about somebody that was close to Onyendu, if you count one, that person should be the next person, or that person should be the first person before the next person. That person I'm telling you of should be the first person before any other person. Told me in confidence that Onyendu had planned to bring in Simon Ekpa. But these guys tapped his phone. So while he's talking, they are listening. Everything he was saying, and made sure that didn't come to pass. One of them even said that he's very angry with Onyendu, that Onyendu does not listen to them because they didn't want Simon Ekpa on board. Because Simon Ekpa was not going to tolerate this attitude where monies are gotten and used for their personal problems, bleeding Biafrans dry as they make their contribution for the movement, $50, $100 out of the meager incomes that they get, and in the midst of too many expenses they have to meet with both in Europe and home. All these monies were collected. Then a group of wolves surrounding Onyendu, both men and women, were busy putting their hands on the till, receiving money, building houses and hotels, living big, cooking food, soup that is worth $500 a pot of soup. They knew Simon Ekpa will not take it. Ejiofor knew that Simon Ekpa will not bow. You know, all those other boys saw themselves as inferior persons to Ejiofor. They saw themselves as boys, as a lawyer. And therefore, he could use his finger and turn them around. They were grateful to be in the league of the top guys in Biafra then. So Simon Ekpa was to come and spoil show because his presence will checkmate Ejiofor's excesses and his lies and deceits. Yes, those around Onyendu were belly-minded people. Their God was their belly. And so, they did not, even Ejiofor himself had to say it to Onyendu when he was in detention. Onyendu reiterated what he said before. Go and tell Simon Ekpa immediately he should take over the reins of leading the Biafrans to victory, not only speaking on Radio Biafra. And Ejiofor told Onyendu, you're mentally deranged. It's like what the torture they gave you has made you lose your mind. Never you forget that, Biafrans. If you forget it, it means you are very foolish people. Never you forget that comment that Ejiofor made. He told Onyendu, our leader, it's like you're mentally deranged. Onyendu, our leader, as intelligent as that man is, a young man that God gave wisdom, a young man whose heartbeat is for his people. That's what Ejiofor told him, and was so that he could control. Ejiofor left his job as a legal practitioner into delving into IPOB leadership and beginning to control to the extent that commanders come to his house and go. That will tell you how he was manipulating his way into teaching Onyendu to take over. Only God knew what was in this man's mind, and it was aborted. Today, they are all angry. They want Simon Ekpa out. And the moment you remove Simon Ekpa, Onyendu has been locked up. the Biafran project dies, all the obedience will start jumping up. You cannot get a political solution in this problem. That is how foolish and stupid people are, that the Fulani man will never give you leadership. The last thing they will do in this world is to give leadership to Obi. They will never do it. The other day, Ohaneze came out and condemned openly the killings in Ehamufu. Why did they start condemning it? It's a long time this thing happened. They never made mention of anything. They kept quiet. Simply because we had a meeting with world Igbo leaders, and they came out and made their declaration condemning what the Fulani men did in Ehamufu. Ohaneze now is beginning to see themselves being left out in the cold. They want to join in the foray of those who, in the fray of those who are now speaking for Biafra, but they have killed our people. That is why I don't believe the Ohaneze people. They are liars. They are fake people. Ohaneze in diaspora, the Igbo leaders in diaspora came up and said, we had a meeting with them. We made our points clear to them that the Biafran project is not something you have to negotiate. No. We want out so that we could look into ourselves and see what we can do to safeguard our people and guarantee our future. Yes, Chukwuemeka Peters, I heard what Gumi said. Gumi said that the terrorists, that the Northerners should stop voting for politicians who arrest terrorists. That these terrorists are their warriors. Gumi said it. Where is Soludo to speak? Chineke Ogoku Soludo. Where is Peter Obi to speak? Chineke Buchunu Nilono. Gumi said, Gumi is the federal government recognized negotiator to Boko Haram. Fulani headsmen. Gumi came out boldly in Nigeria and said that those politicians who are against terrorists should not be voted for. For those terrorists are their warriors. Oh, and you stupid man from Obedient, you are saying that you somehow you believe Obi is going to win the election. Then you come and stay. All you are looking for is a slot to be president. You don't care how many Igbos are killed in the process of you being the president. No, it's not going to happen. Obi will never be the president of Nigeria. Even though we're not interested. So you begin to see the comments which these people are making is beginning to make Ohaneze come to their senses. Does it mean Ohaneze was not aware of all this? They were aware. But they are cowards. They are cowards. I get Joe Tale, when the time comes. Not every one of you that spoke against Onyendu, against Biafra, against Simon Ekpa, you will pay for it. Every wicked plan you did, every activity, you will not go free. When we finished liberating ourselves, we're going to look inward. Because if we had allowed you, you would have sold us out forever. The enslavement would have continued unabated forever. The raping of our girls would have continued forever. The killing of our men would have continued forever. As long as you have money, you can send your children overseas. I was listening to Simon Ekpa talk the other day, and he was exposing Ima Powerful. Oh my God. All these guys were efulefus. They were just there for business. Chika Leonard said he heard that Obiozo is dead. I will not be surprised. Let me tell you the truth. Simon Ekpa, I'll say what he want, what I wanted to say, what he said, I'll say it after. Listen. The world Igbo leaders are aware of it. Biafra, FEK, they are aware of it. They are aware of what Gumi said. It's on social platform, social media. They are aware of it. Anybody who is fighting Simon Ekpa in this project is working against God, is working against Onyendu, is working against the Igbo people. That person will die. I'm not cursing you. I am telling you, if you are not greater than God. If you heard that Obiozo is dead, don't be surprised. If you hear that Nyangodu is dead, don't be surprised. We are not going to kill them. We don't kill people. Like the young man who went to Juju and they told him to shoot the man he wants to shoot. He took the picture of Simon Ekpa, whatever, and shot. At the end of the day, the man slumped and died. Are you not learning any lesson? Not one, because you are trying to frustrate God's program for his people. Therefore, you shall be taken out of the way. I am telling you, and every pastor that calls Peter Obi to pray for him, listen to me, God is not in his ministry. God may have been there before when he was running the ministry. But a time came to prove God, because God knows everybody. And as they were running the ministry, he allowed them to be running with all the wicked wayo they have at the back of their minds until Biafra came up. And suddenly you began to see those pastors for whom they are. Those ministries are dead. God no longer works there. They are evil people. Those ministers of the gospel who call Peter Obi and pray for him, they are evil men. They used to be good Christians before, when it was about preaching the gospel. But God, who knows them very well, didn't want to raise anything, because a house cannot be divided against itself. But a time will come when God will prove them. It was the Biafran issue. And you see men of God who are insensitive to the fact that members of his church have their sisters raped by Fulanis, their husbands butchered, their relatives killed, their houses burnt down. They don't care. These men had turned to evil. It was like the disobedient young prophet that God told him, go and prophesy to this altar. When you come from east, go through west, or if you come from north, go through south. The prophet, after prophesying, did not do as God told him. So at the initial stage, he did his work as a prophet. But in the later stage, he became an enemy of God. And God dumped him. It was a lion that ate him up, killed him. A lion killed him. The same thing with Solomon. When God appointed him, appeared to him twice. At the end of Solomon's life, Solomon died an unbeliever. So these men of God you are seeing, they are ungodly men. They may have been committed Christians who prayed and fasted with us in those days, prophesied, sought the face of God. But a time will come when God will prove every man. The Biafran issue came up. All of them. Why I keep calling Paul Enenche is that his brother is a retired 5-star general in Obi's campaign team. He was the army spokesperson when Onyendu's house was invaded in Operation Python Dance and they killed 28 people. Paul Enenche did not call his brother and say, this thing you are saying is wrong before God. He kept quiet. And his brother has retired as a 5-star general. That is why I speak against him. That his pulpit is polluted. Because he called Obi to pray for him. He advocates for one Nigeria. When in Benue State, his people are being killed on a daily basis. The same thing with Amsel and Madibuko. These are evil men that will not speak the truth. Speak against evil in the land. Damn the consequences. And tell God of heaven, you have appointed me to speak the truth. Even if it means at the expense of my life and ministry. I'm standing on the ground where you have called me, oh God, this is what you have told me. Let them kill me. They refused in their wisdom to safeguard their ministry so that they'll be alive in the next 20 years and enjoy. Then those of us who are talking, when they kill us along the line, they say, foolish people, they don't know how to apply wisdom. We are not working with the wisdom of this world. Who cares if I die? Am I better than Biafrans that starved during the war? Or those girls that were raped and killed, or those young men that were butchered, am I better than them? The other day, Khan went to Asorok or whatever, I don't know, I don't care, to celebrate the fake Buhari's 80-year anniversary. Hi, hello man. God will punish all of you, Khan pastors. You are wicked men. All of you will suffer the consequences of your deceit, treachery, and lies. Hypocrisy. You all know that Buhari is dead. Osibanjo, God will punish you. As the vice president of Nigeria, you know that Buhari is dead. On how many occasions have Buhari celebrated his birthday? His wife has refused to attend. And this last one, none of his children came for the birthday because Aisha knows that that man is not the husband. That they took a man from Niger. That is why Reuben Abati's television station shall collapse. He's a rubbish man. He doesn't speak the truth. That is why I have no respect for Patu Tommy, who is one Nigeria. Abati was part of. That is why I have no respect for. Is it Okoli, whatever? Was a this day newspaper editor and a great man in those days. Abati worked under him that time. I don't have respect for all this wicked devilishment. Listen, forget about the education. It is what constitutes them inside. Forget about the big grammar. Forget about their qualification. Forget about their connection. These men are evil men. They are not men that have standards and policies. Who can... Patu Tomi started right from 20-something. He was a great Nigerian. Picked up by Shagari. So you can imagine how brilliant Patu Tomi was. But he's not the same. When the time comes to make decisions that has to do with people, these men back down. They can't stand the test of time. That's why a man like Fani Kayode speaks from two sides of his mouth. It's not reliable. That's why a man like Joe Bokwe can come out openly on Facebook and be telling his wife that you were begging me to fuck you. You gave me gonorrhea. You can't follow such men. They have no moral basis. These men don't have substance. They have education, but they are useless and shallow. They are not the men you can follow. That is why you have a person like you, Ledochie. All the thing he acts on Facebook, on Nollywood, is either 419 level or ritual killing or people that do one evil or the other. For all his education, he couldn't write a movie that will promote Igbo culture or speak against violence in the land, the consequences. That's why a person like Andy, what's the name of this lousy fellow? What's his name? He acted living Kenneth Okonkwo. He's a useless fellow. He has a PhD. What has that got to do with it? It's not somebody you can rely on. You can't take his word to the bank. This year he's with this party, the next one he has changed, he has jumped with no ideology, nothing. That is why you cannot follow a man like Peter Obi, who will tell you that the ideology he has is the same thing with that of Atiku Abubakar. So, oh Biafrans, listen to me. Simon Ekpa may not be very fluent in speaking English, but he has common sense. My bishop once told me, he said, Emeka, I may not be popular, but I'm durable. Simon Ekpa is durable. Onyendu is durable. Peter Obi is not durable. Kenneth Okonkwo is not durable. Ifeanyi is not durable. These are powerful forces that if I am kept in a place where I don't have protection, they can come and kill me and take me away any moment. Because in their hearts they are evil. They want to kill you and take over. Who are you to talk to them? But they are mortal men. One day they will die. They will come before God for judgment. No amount of confession, no amount of rico you will do that will make you go free from the blood you have shed, the blood of the poor innocents. God will punish all of you. I have been thinking over what's been going on these few days, and my mind has been filled with sorrow and pain, anguish and grief. That pastors gathered to go and celebrate Buhari's birthday, they are aware that this man does not exist. That's why I said Nigeria is a lie. And Ansele Madibuko is praying for Peter Obi to be the president of a lie. That means Ansele Madibuko is advancing lies and deceit. He is a liar too. The Bible says, who is he that is a liar? Any man that does not believe that Jesus is coming in the flesh. Do you know that the coming of Jesus is not just that he came to Israel? It is that he came in the flesh to die for people, believers, unbelievers, so that all of us will become believers. And those people he died for are being killed in a daily basis in a contraption that has no regard for human life. And you are praying that that entity should continue. Therefore, you are contrary to the plans of Jesus because they are killing people. You can't speak against it. You are a liar. You don't believe in Jesus. If you do, he went to the cross and laid down his life. You are supposed to speak the truth at the expense of your ministry. Let God lift you up and defend you. No, you cannot. The monies you get buys you good shoes, nice dresses, good cars. You eat good food. Why would you go and be talking? Do you know people you have mentored? Do I know them that will come around that need your help and the monies they give, your fat bank account? You cannot afford to waste that in Nigeria. And therefore, you will compromise. And at compromising, you are contrary to Christ. You are a liar. You don't believe that Jesus is coming in the flesh. All you men of God that went to that program, you are evil men. God will punish all of you. You are devilish. Because the man that you went to celebrate does not exist. You know very well. You know very well. Osibanjo is a very wicked man. He should have been the president of Nigeria today, if not that they put him under pressure to accept a man from Niger who is not Buhari. Osibanjo didn't have balls to come out to speak.